In this session today, let's understand how to work with Azure Data Studio, how to connect to our local SQL Server and Azure SQL Server using Azure Data Studio. Let's see. Yes, assumption. You already have SQL Server with you in your local SQL Server, in your local computer. The same server I'm using right now, 2022 server, same server. Let's see how to connect from our Data Studio. So here it is. After you install and restart Data Studio, once you complete the installation and restart your computer, go to this Azure Data Studio. So launch Azure Data Studio. Very first time you get a welcome screen like this. Okay, what we do, create connection. See here, create connection, this particular box, or this one, left side connections, and here also you see create connection. Click on the first box, server type SQL Server, server name, provide your local server name, authentication, Windows, SQL, any authentication, and default database optional, trust server certificate true, default database optional, say connect. So either create a connection, or directly from here, top left first symbol. Okay, here it is. Just wait, here it is. Once we connect to the server, you see version number, computer name, operating system details, OS version and SQL Server edition, backup status and size of the each database in MB. Click on databases. You see the list of all databases in the server along with latest backup timestamp or the timestamp, status and the size of the databases. You click on a particular database, we can see the tables as well. This is the place where we start writing queries for the database, or expand database, and you see here something called system databases plus user database, like this. Okay, in this way. This is for our local SQL connections. Then what about Azure? For Azure, there are two ways. Number one, click on new connection, provide the server name. Let's connect to our SQL server. Copy the server here, provide the server name, authentication, default database. You can just leave it to the default, or you can also specify the database that is already available in your Azure SQL Server. Provide the default database, and authentication would be, in my case it is SQL authentication, my username, nothing but the login name and password, and connect. What we are doing, we are connecting to Azure SQL Server. For Azure SQL Server, you see the pricing tier, owner, nothing but the admin name, edition compatibility level, and we are connected to the database. Right now there are no tables, otherwise we would have seen the tables also in this particular database. You click on the server, you see databases. Click on the database, you see the tables, if any. Mine is a brand new database. We don't see any tables right now in Azure Logical Server. This is one way. Another way, see here, there is something called Azure. Click on plus symbol or sign into Azure, add account. This will automatically take you to Azure account. Account is added successfully. You can close this window now, go back, and this is my account right now. Close. Once we close, we are able to get this account here. Click and we see the directory. I'll just expand the window here, expand the window, and then go to this SQL School new. What are these? These are the subscriptions. Go to my subscription here. I'll just go to my subscription and you see the database. Directly click on the database and connect. This is the alternative way. Okay, like this. So we have to provide the account. I think authentication should be yes, SQL authentication. Either left side you see server or database, the same process. Click connect. And yes, we are able to connect to our database from Data Studio. This way you'll verify the connections from your Data Studio and make sure we practice these items to continue our next item in a easier way. Let's meet in our next item. Thank you so much.